Hey YouTube, this is Chantel with Process to Purpose. I know I woke up and I'm getting ready for my corporate day. I've been up early this morning already, but I wanted to come on because I have been watching the news late last night and then early this morning. I usually turn it on for the weather because I don't do the news. But I turned it on this morning and saw the tragedy in Washington where the guy shot and killed a bunch of people, and then it was discovered that he was dealing with PTSD and had people saw him um, just exhibiting erratic behavior. And I often wonder, how long will we continue to ignore the woes and the ills of mental illness? We have got to stop ignoring the signs of mental illness. And we've got to stop tolerating those things that are intolerable. Those things that we just say, oh, that's just them. Oh, just ignore it. Oh, just live and let live. Let people do whatever they want to do as long as it doesn't bother my family. Because what happens is inevitably that man or woman that has been suffering this mental illness that you or I chose to ignore will inevitably touch someone else's life and leave a lasting negative impact on someone else's life. We have got to step up. We have got to speak out. We have got to stop ignoring the things that are so blatantly before us. And we've got to start speaking the truth. We have got to start speaking to those things, those weird things, those things that are out of order, those things that catch your attention, that make you go, that side eye I'm talking about, when someone says or does something, you go, that wasn't quite right. We've got to start addressing those things and taking the brokenhearted. The Bible speaks about the brokenhearted. And I did a post at www.process2purpose.com maybe a couple of weeks ago, on the brokenhearted. So take a look at that. But God really speaks about the brokenhearted and the impact of the brokenhearted, the ones that we talk about, they have a little weirdness about them, that something's not quite right, that there's something different. And we don't want to talk about them, but we want to be lights in this world. We want to go out and heal the brokenhearted. But first we have to acknowledge that not only do they exist, but we have to confront. And we confront in love, and we don't want to wait until some atrocity happens before we get angry or passionate about it to do something about it. So, I'll start. My name is Chantel. My name is Chantel Love. And I'm here to let you know that my daughter, my oldest daughter, is among the brokenhearted. My husband is among the brokenhearted. And I have spoken to them both individually and briefly. And of course, when you speak to someone about the issues that they are experiencing, there's a lot of anger. I mean, my daughter and I do not have a relationship. She is angry at me. I cannot figure out, why she's angry at me. But I know that she's experiencing some serious mental illness, and I find out through the grapevine, so to speak, that she's been on some medication for a while. And I have this revelation where my husband tells me, now he's back in Baltimore, and he tells me that he experienced his first mental breakdown at 18. And all the time I was going, something's not quite right. So don't ignore those things. I have since, in the last year, been reading up, and I am a psychology student, ha, 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 and have a love for people, and I allowed my spirit to welled up inside of me and was saying that there's something wrong. And then when I ignored it, all hell broke loose. in my house. All hell broke loose. And then it became spiritual warfare. So I'm here to let you all know that it is not okay, and that, you know, my husband's family, they have known that there is something wrong with him. They've known this for years. And we cannot continue. We don't protect those by covering for them. That's not protection. That is not love. What that is guilt and shame that is a stigma, because we live in a country and we live in communities where if anything is abnormal, instead of speaking the power of God and speaking through the power of love and speaking through the power of change, and knowing that love is correction. Love comes with correction. Love does not just give you a pass and say do whatever, say whatever, and be however you want to be. That is not love. But love speaks to correction, and the Bible talks about, you know, the word is good for correction and rebuke. And so we've got to really walk in that. We have got to quit being cowards in our day-to-day walk, and recognize that when we see a member of our family, when we have a friend that is suffering from an illness, we have got to stand up and we've got to confront. We have got to be light. We have got to be salt in this earth. We are change agents in this earth, and we have got to demand that a change takes place. And for those that want the change, for those that are willing to walk through that process, we stand with them. We keep them in prayer. We support them. For those that do not, we keep telling. And we keep telling, and we keep talking about it, because it is not okay that they go and affect someone else's life negatively because we've chosen to sit in silence. So I just wanted to bring you that really quick. I will be talking about mental illness more. Right now, I've got to go get ready for corporate and do this thing real quick, and then I can come back and do PTP. But I love you. I pray that you all have a wonderful day. Please don't be silent about this. It's the same with anything else, with domestic violence, with sexual assaults, and you know, all of those things. This falls right in line with that. So let's go ahead and begin a dialogue, and let's start talking about it. Love you. Have an awesome Tuesday, and we'll talk soon.